So what did you have to do this morning, kiddo? What did you have to do this morning? Anything big? Isn't there something you had to do this morning? Hmm? No? Okay. Oh, weird hiccup. All right. Uber leading us again today. Out of some lows. Hey, what's up, Ted? 20-mile bike ride. Cool, cool. Well, you should listen to buying some Uber. Uber had a great day yesterday. Absolutely great day. Nice reversal coming off a trend line through the 50-day moving average. NASDAQ is still not quite right. And it looks like our buddy Tesla is doing good. Pretty healthy so far. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Yeah, looks good. All in all, can't complain too much. To the downside here, Docs looks like it's taking a bit of a hit on the chin. Nothing too bad there. Atlassian yesterday started off gangbusters. Hey, what's up, Black? Atlassian started off gangbusters. That's excellent volume, excellent everything. Kind of gave most of it up, actually, all except for the gap. And now we're trying to fill the gap. So maybe it'll be a gap and go, but higher volume stalling candle yesterday. Are we dying again? On crypto, I haven't really looked at crypto. Crypto's in a small bounce back, but doesn't look like we've overtaken any highs quite yet. I don't think we're there on crypto yet. And probably same with stocks. We're still meandering around. Yeah, not bad. Still think Tesla's doing great. I still think Tesla's doing pretty good. What if these premiums on some of these options are getting? What is premium on options? I always forget the Greek for that. Implied volatility, I think, is what it's called. But I'm not sure about the Greek. I'll check on that later. All right, Remax. Well, I call it Remax. It's the VanEck Global Precious Metals Fund. Big out of a base from down here. Looks like it's Flannery putting in something, kind of a topping action. Come back undercutting the 50-day on some pretty substantial volume, but bouncing back through it today is a good sign. EXPI failing to fail support at the 50 and the 200-day currently. This is a company I do really like. So far being held. Holding support pretty good there. And Uber continues a strong showing out of a place where it couldn't go lower. So pretty good support for Uber in this area. It's already a little bit extended off the 40. It's at 46. About 15% higher already. Have a floundering market and Uber up 15%. Seems a little bit interesting. You don't think Uber is that stock, but we do have support at this long-term breakout from the IPO. So not really in the worst of spots, but you definitely have about actually over 15% risk down to about the $38 area. Uber Foods. I know they have Uber Eats. You mean Uber Eats? Do they have an Uber Foods? Get Swift enters partnership agreement with Uber. Whatever that is. Looks like Uber's trying to expand just beyond ride share, which you've already done with Uber Eats, and I guess this is something else. GetSwift and Uber integrate their products and offerings over the next few months, enabling clients to secure their data, customer interaction, and payments by GetSwift. Okay, so that's just on the consumer payment data side. Delivery as a service to merchants around the world is an Uber priority. And we are happy to be partnering with GetSwift to bring the best of Uber's logistics network to its new and existing customers. So they are trying to apparently GetSwift as a delivery service. Partnering with Uber is pretty good for that GetSwift company, but they're probably not public. Yeah, GetSwift. It doesn't mention a symbol. So going over the 46 here currently on Uber. Yeah, still in a pretty low place too. High about 64. So Ellie mentioned this back early this month. Market took a little bit of tumble lower, and it just popped the other day, so it was a little bit early on that one. But now it looks like it's changing behavior. So good sign there for Uber. Square's up here about 2%. Square really just going sideways here under this 280 and change level. Looks like we just had recent support of the 200-day moving average, trying to bounce back up. 50-day trying to hold us down at the moment. 200-day just above us as well. So Square definitely not in a bad place. It's up in a much higher consolidation. As long as the market doesn't, tank on us too hard, which barring any other major macro factors, I mean, the Fed is thinking about tightening at some point. I don't exactly know when, but they're trying to give everyone plenty of notice, and then you've got this situation in China. But I don't know how that's going to affect Square per se. I don't see how a China apartment situation could spill over globally. That appears to be one of the excuses they used the other day to dump the market significantly. Looks like Nvidia's up here a little bit positive, bouncing off of the 50-day moving average. So far, pretty clean bounce off of that number. So Nvidia, even though market's in a correction, Nvidia not looking too bad. Apple, no moving average support. We're actually under the Apple sliced through the 50-day in a very negative fashion. That volume right there, that was on the announcement that them charging 30% for in-app purchases was illegal, essentially because they had that's the only option you could use. You couldn't use your own payment service. That could be considered a sell signal for Apple, way up here, which is interesting. So that's probably one of the reasons one of the market flew into a tizzy recently. It's the action of the largest market cap company. Net has been printing pretty good days. Not a lot of volatility on this name. Ever since the IPO, I've been a big believer. Almost wish I would have just bought it, just all in on Net. Really, in 2019, 1450. It's up here at almost 10x higher than that. So Net is just on a massively substantial trajectory with a product that has a very high barrier to entry and a very good customer base behind it. Yeah, Net, super high quality. Super high quality company. Got to pay a little more attention to companies like this. At least I've got to. It's going to be part of my rule set from now on. So a few companies that are coming out, you're like, yeah, that thing's freaking solid. Net was one of them. So the buy was probably here at about 23, 24. That's one you want to get in on right there. It's a little late cycle in the run. Had a base down here earlier in the year. Would have been a great time to get in. Little extended up here right now. It's already had a big substantial run from the base. Breakout at 98, which is just textbook way to get through 100, and we're at height about 134. So nice big run there. Still could have more room to go. Definitely bucking the market trend, which makes it just super strong. So really good stuff there from Net. BYDDF. This is Boyd in China. Still in the cup and handle. Nothing wrong there. Netflix, how you doing, Netflix? Netflix looks a little like AMD, just broke out a little bit later, testing the breakout point, lower volume, so not a bad spot for Netflix. Unsure when it's going to get moving though, but that's not too bad. LAC is now leading. It took Friday pretty hard. I guess that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I guess that was Monday, huh? Yeah, guess Monday. Took Monday hard. And trying to bounce back. That's the 10-day moving average. So it has support of the 20-day right now. So the 20-day could loosely be your stop on LAC if it's something you're interested in getting involved in, as it is in a nice uptrend now from the 15 up to the 25. So it's a really nice move up there in a short period of time. Amazon still not quite getting the juice. Well, come on, Amazon. There you go. No juice on Amazon yet. It's just choppy for the time being. SellH has been moving higher. Any down day like this on SellH could potentially be a small adding day, depending on how you're positioning yourself. But most of my leader list here is doing pretty good. Can't argue too much with my actionable list generally. Intuit stalling a little bit. Moderna still nice and sideways. Moderna putting in a very nice pattern here. 50-day support. It's getting a little bit closer. So we could see some bounces out of this at any time. Like I said, as long as anything too macro. I've said it in the past, when you get in these situations where the market looks a little bit scary, what's macro out there, like truly macro. Sometimes it happens out of nowhere, but I don't know. There's a lot of Fed pressure out there trying to keep the market up. Restoration Hardware still in a consolidation. What's up, Jared? And my thing stopped working. Don't tell my wife that. Boom, wife joke. Pretty choppy over here. A little bit interesting. Got a little choppy here too. Move down there a little bit. Rainy day today. Where you at again, Jared? Where's it raining today? Arizona's not raining in Arizona. We could use a little bit more rain. I gotta grab my water. I got no water this morning. I jumped right in here. Give me a minute or so, guys. Be right back and grab water. Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. All right. Anything change while I was gone? Looks like Uber's up a little bit more. Uber in a good buy yesterday morning. I think XPay is also in a pretty good place actually. Support of the 50, 50 and the 200-day moving average really holding this this larger base up really well. It's a little bit like LAC in terms of price action, and right about here in LAC it goes on a larger run, but it's looking like this if this was over here, I guess. So yeah, LAC not too bad, and Uber continuing to get up. So go Uber. All right, Remax flip. No, I guess it was positive. Remax trying to reverse. Okay, let's go check out the global watch list. Stitch Fix must have had earnings. Yes, they did. And that is a very large base from 113 down to 41. So if you're looking for Stitch Fix at a discount, that actually is fairly natural support. See my top trend line there? It's a little bit uneven, but that's right about where it is. So this is actually a pretty natural low for Stitch Fix. Looks like they are putting some positive earnings together. They were expecting a loss. They actually gained 19 cents. Hence the 16% to the upside. Cool. Tiger, Doyu, KGKG. Looks like just straight up bottom support from early or late 2020. Uber just keeps looking better. KOP, Skyworks. Trying to find something else. Oh, this one's interesting. NCLH. That is cruise lines. But I don't want to get involved in that play. I think it's good sector macro-wise. Ambarilla. Wow. That is pretty interesting action. Definitely took a lot of volume. Recently, volume looks like it's been drying up, so kind of hard to get really good there. Stem not bad. Manitowoc on 200-day support. You think you may get a bounce off of that with a company like Manitowoc. They make the big cranes that you see building buildings worldwide. Royal Caribbean, similar, somewhat bullish of a pattern, supported some moving averages, sideways action. There it is again, in case you missed it the first time. Boeing, huh? Haven't really seen a lot about Boeing lately. Looks like they're under some moving averages. Being held down currently by the 50 and the 200. A little hard to see there, but it's there. So not too many things holding up, but there are definitely some things holding up. Most of the market is kind of in a malaise, which is not a bad thing. BEP, after just a monster run up from the 15 up into the 50, nice consolidation, beautiful consolidation, still working it. BEP, if I can find them again, they actually build alternative power plants globally. So good sign there, good stuff there. There's Square again, looking promising. So quite a few promising things and quite a few things kind of downward sloping. Actually, it could be a place where I could look for long-term turnaround plays. I haven't really had that mindset in a while. Maybe I could start to put that hat back on. Can't be too mad at that. Roku back down, couldn't blast off into new highs. Looks like we just have a very large range now. 300 actually would be about support. And we are down here. We've been down here to about the 290 level. Spiked down to 272. And it looks like we're just kind of slowly working our way down here. Lower volume on the dips. Roku could be near a low. High about 490. We're at 320. That's that's actually not a bad. Maybe by the end of the year, getting back up towards the 480, 490 level. Although it's hard to project exactly when some of these are going to do that. Another thing with Roku too is one of the reasons it sold off is because there was some TV manufacturers that actually went with a Google solution instead of a Roku streaming solution, and I think a little bit more needs to be known about that and adoptions and stuff like that. Let's use 460 as a target. End of the year, yeah, pretty good return on that. Looking about 400%. That's going out pretty far though to 385, which actually isn't too far. It's about where a little bit above the 200-day moving average. If it does move in that direction, that's four. You can go. You can do 300% to 335 with a break even at 365, which would actually be under the 200. So that's probably a bit safer. Still a little bit out of the money, but not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. Was Roku on my actionable list? Maybe not right now. Needs to get back on there. All right, Roku's on actionable list. Actually, is there anything on here that needs to be off of the actionable list? That's a question. All right, Uber up and back down a little bit. Remax still doing good. Netflix, Planeter. This one's okay. Leave it on there for the time being. There's our Roku. I do think that's in an interesting position though. Everything on this list is doing good or waiting, it's kind of still trending up. That's a pretty good list. It's a good list right there. All right, where was I? Because I have no idea. I can't even see what I'm doing here after a while. SIPLT, save. Okay, we were in this area. All right, yeah, we did AI a while ago. If you guys have any names you've been looking at or thinking about, shout them out. There's Ned again, is looking scrumdiddlyumptious. Well, Disney took a hit. If I can find it again. Is that an earnings hit? That was yesterday, midday. Wow, what happened? Some news yesterday. One of Netflix's biggest deals in India is said to fall apart. Disney Plus subscriber growth slows down. Well, yeah, everybody rushed to get it. Could be a buying opportunity, but all right, there's Disney, so that's kind of where we're at. PLTR as usual. I think it was actually looking pretty good the other. Yeah, it popped up out of a cup and handle base, as a matter of fact. So on a weekly chart, this would be your cup and handle breakout. So it's just above the breakout point. So it's still in a buyable situation. Actually, this may even be your. That may even be your breakout point.
Possible. This one looks a little bit better though. The IBD rule says the first weekly close that the middle of the week is above the middle of the cup is your close. So that one looks like it would qualify, but this one looks a little better from a volume perspective. So this is still viable if you like Planeter. I mean, it's a standard cup and handle base, first stage. I can't argue much against that. And the volume, we've had plenty of pocket pivots over here recently. Plenty. So I'm not mad at Planeter. Planet Earth. That's what the TR stands for, Turth. Planet Earth. I'm not going to go all the way through down this list one by one. Facebook down 3%. That's an oddity. And market right now trying to bounce back a smidge. Peloton down a bunch. Peloton. That is a large head and shoulders pattern, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to negative 25 from 171. Neckline down here at 88, about $90. Neckline break at $60. So it's going to negative 30. Peloton going to negative 30. No need to second guess that in any way, shape, or form. Rewalk. Oh, what? What? Wait a minute. Did more people lose their legs? And the stock jumps like 300%. Hey, bud. Oh, thank you, James. Ethan, biscuits walking on your homework paper. He doesn't know any. You should know better to put your homework on, though. Put it somewhere where you know it will be. That's just a random. So what happened is you stood up and found a place directly near you, not necessarily where you would be later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You guys already ready to go?
Playing soccer.
Oh, you're playing soccer? Okay. Kids. Oh, was I saying Rewalk? Yeah, what happened to Rewalk? I think 3,000 people lost their legs, so Rewalk jumped up 30%. Not seeing any news to justify the price action. Wow, that is something. Jeez. Is that legit? That is the weirdest thing. You go from this jump all day. It looks like it jumped all day long. Even in the after hours, they were buying this. What is this? It could be. Actually, Blood, that's could be a hostile takeover attempt. I would not count that out. 320 million shares traded. See how many shares they have outstanding. That's a possibility. 46 million shares traded. So, I mean, that's significantly over. They only have 46 million shares outstanding, and they did 360 million. So they basically blew through that float 4 times. I mean, could it be all high frequency trading or something? Biscuits or cats make biscuits? What do you know about cats make? That must be an Ohio thing. I don't know about that one. Biscuit's a dog. Biscuit's a dog, actually. Scams. That is weird, though. That is definitely strange. It could be a buyout attempt. I mean, if you look at the stock in the weekly, which is my upper left chart, goes from 1,000 down to 40 cents. I don't know why they would try a hostile takeover on an open market, but it's been done before. Probably not in one day. So if they're looking to buy it, why not own most of the shares already? Rally over 72%. That was from where we opened. Where we closed the prior day, we were up, almost double. So maybe a company, they're like, hey, we're willing to buy them for $4 or $5. Let's just go ahead and buy a bunch of shares now instead of buying them all at $4. I guess, yeah. I guess it's possible. I've never seen anything like that. Look at how, the volume just absolutely dwarfs and it's out of nowhere. I don't know. That's that's definitely an anomaly. All right, markets towards the high of the day on the NASDAQ. Das gut. That's just weird. Workhorse taking a beating. VIX down at the low of the day. That's a good sign. Peloton low of the day. Facebook low of the day. Adobe surprisingly sliced through the 50-day today on earnings. We'll see how this one ends up. See, the market isn't looking bad, but it's also, or isn't looking good, but it's also not looking bad. Snapchat, pretty sideways up there. I think I might have to put my other long-term turnaround play hat on for maybe a subsequent run later in this year. Moderna not looking bad, I'm telling you. And there's Atlassian. Stalling yesterday. Right there. Yeah, Jared. All right, take it easy, bud. Peace. You too, man. AMD, Microsoft, Apple's up 1%. All right, let's go back to the actionable list. LAC, EXPI putting in a great showing today. Uber coming down now. Monitor not bad overall. Yeah. Types furiously. You can hear that? I don't think you could hear that with the voice thing I had on. Now they're typing in random over here. Blah. I was just responding to that. Gotta finish my thought, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too. Actually, gotta take the kids to school here pretty soon. Yeah, market's in an interesting place. We could have a turnaround in this area, or we could, get a reversal at some point. But so far things are holding up pretty steady. Yeah, I'm not really mad at most. TQs and Tesla. Yeah, me too, Blad. That's pretty much what I got, man. That's pretty much what I got. It's been a little. I haven't had a good year this year. Not near like I've had the past 4. So yeah, I'm trying to get the mojo back. I will at some point, but not right now. So I'm just kind of taking it easy. Tesla's kind of an easy win. I wish I would have put some on Net. I think Net. I said earlier, I think Net's a amazingly fantastic company. Huge barrier to entry with that one. So pretty good. All right, guys, I'm bouncing. You guys have a great day. I'll see you.